Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another reading. Welcome back to Enlightened Journeys. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to hopefully entertain you, give you a reading today, and enlighten your journey. Okay, so all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only. This is a reading for the collective, so you need to be able to use your best discernment. Feel free to take what resonates with you and leave what does not for the person that it's meant for, okay? For those of you that are new. If you have a pendulum or if you know muscle testing, this is a pendulum. If you know muscle testing, those are or resistance testing, two different ways you can ask yes and no questions from your higher self and get an answer back so that you can guide yourself while watching tarot. All right. Know that every message may not be your message, and that's okay. There could be still something that you need to learn from someone else's experience so you don't make the same mistakes. Okay. All right. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself. And with any of the information being channeled, that means if you feel like anything really resonates with you, please make sure that you take whatever advice to a professional in the field of that advice before you, hi, welcome everybody coming into the chat, before you apply any advice to your life. Like if I were to say, okay, somebody has mental health stuff going on, make sure that you actually go get tested and go to a doctor. Okay. Don't just take any tarot reader's advice and apply it to your life without seeking professional opinions. Okay. That's being responsible with the information. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're going to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes shadow banning, gatekeeping, and the copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted, so don't steal messages from God and the Holy Spirit. I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Again, I get a lot of people from different countries. In America, we do have the freedom of speech. So attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger and do not harm the prophets of God. So I can already tell that I feel like some type of force is trying to silence me or get me to be quiet. And so that could be part of the energy that's going on today. Let's see what else. All right. So now we're going to do the prayer. So if you guys don't pray, that's okay. I'm going to pray for all of us. Okay. So I ask that the Most High God give us the grace, the light of God, the glory of God, and the heavenly host armies. I'm also calling upon the Akashic records and the spiritual court systems. I ask that God continue to order our steps when dealing with anything in the psychic or spiritual realm. I also ask that, or astral realm or lower realms. I also ask that God block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. I also invoke the angels of the Sword of Solomon and the Sword of Moses into the four directions of the space here and there to form a bubble around us while we do this reading. Okay. I ask now as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. So Ra is here. It could be sunny where you're at right now. It could be a really warm day today. The sun could be very strong. Welcome. Welcome. Everybody, make sure that you subscribe to the platform. So somebody's magic is not working. So you guys, on this platform, I charge $10 per question. Okay. You guys are welcome. I can't do two platforms where I'm diving into people's negative energy consistently. So hey, Ragnarok, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. I was thinking about you yesterday. Going, oh, I hope he's okay. But yeah, Ra is definitely here. I feel like today would be a very good day to go for a walk or to even go lay out in the sun and just kind of absorb that energy. There's been a lot of evil eye and janky energy the past few days. And so it's kind of been a little bit of a transition for everybody. But May is going to be a big month for people. Like seriously, another reason why things are working out in such a way right now is because this magic that was being done. Okay. I didn't want to put it in the title because I don't want to get demonetized and not in whatever, you know what, YouTube penalizes you. Anyways, I didn't want to get demonetized. But it is some form of sex magic, and it's not working anymore. I don't know if it ever was working. Like I said, a lot of the times people will think their magic's working and they're under some type of illusion because they're the one that did the magic. I picked up on a judge that may be going to jail. And I also and this judge does the sex magic. And I also picked up on a group of men that does the sex magic and a group of lesbians that do the sex magic. So yes, self-offing and sex magic. Absolutely. The wall. Oh my gosh, you know about that. Okay, you guys. So if you don't know about Walpurgisnacht, okay, what it is, I probably butchered that because I'm not German. Well, I'm a little bit German, but what that night is basically, okay, Germany does not do Halloween. I don't know if all the other countries do Halloween or if it's just an American thing. But Germany doesn't do Halloween. Their Halloween is more like Walpurgisnacht. And so I listen to a lot of like creepy pastas and stories and stuff. And the guy that wrote Bram Stoker's Dracula, he wrote a prequel story before he had written Dracula, and it happens on Walpurgisnacht. And so it's a night where werewolves and vampires and witches come out to do hexing and cursing rituals, basically. So that's very interesting. Yeah, it's like springtime Halloween, a Sabbath of witches. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that we got that energy going on, which definitely could have been affecting people. You know, these are like really old rituals that are being done. Like I feel like somebody has access to ancient knowledge, but they're missing something. It's like right? I know. I couldn't even imagine, because I know that those creatures they exist in Germany. They really do. I had a great grandpa that was Hitler's personal chef. Followed him around everywhere. And maybe it was a great grandpa. I don't know. A couple of the greats, okay? Like I only see a picture of this person from my grandma before she passed, but I didn't know him personally. But, a lot of people, when Hitler started to lose the war, a lot of Germans fled the country, and that's kind of what my family did. They went to South Africa. Some other readers were supposed to help you understand your gifts. Good. They instead decided to say, why does he have those gifts? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you know what? That doesn't surprise me, though. I did a reading yesterday about how readers are just guiding people the wrong way. They're like guiding people towards demonic shit instead of going within and tapping into God. It's like everybody carries within them everything that they need, in life, for the entire life, literally. And so we're supposed to be learning to go within to access that kingdom of gold and then bring it out into the forefront, right? Oh, the crystal singing bowl sound bath we're listening to today from Healing Vibrations is called Cleanse Your Home. So hopefully it'll help cleanse your guys' home as well. All right, let's see what we got here. 5 of Swords. Somebody is running away, but they know. See, the 5 of Swords, this is like a trickster energy. So I don't know. I just see Loki every time that I look at that, even though it doesn't exactly look like Loki. But it's kind of that energy of, oh, I'm going to put myself first in a mischievous way. It says that you can't be of use to anyone else if you don't look out for yourself. But that's the mentality that these people that do magic have. Like, they don't believe that God will provide for them. That's kind of, they believe that they have to do. See, this is about public shame and dishonor. Same thing with Loki, how he was strung up, tied down. Basically, Odin was like, if you unalive Balder, I'm going to tie your ass to a rock forever. And he did try to do that. But it was public shame and dishonor for Loki at one point. Yeah, the jester who betrayed you is running away. Good. He abused a lot of spell work. Exactly. And it's not working. And so the thing is, like, these people can't detach from the amount of work that was done. Also, you see those 2 other people that put their swords down. They're like, I'm not fighting with you anymore. I'm not going to help you come up against the collective. Those people are walking away. And this person's left holding 2 swords. thinking, or no, 3 swords, thinking that, you know, well, I'm going to have to carry these swords. I shouldn't run with knives. I'm going to have to run away from these people, because literally, just like this person was betraying you, they get betrayed the same. 5 of Cups. Geez, the 5 of Swords to the 5 of Cups. So we have 5, 5. So there's going to be something happening on the 5, 5 portal. It's the 3rd right now, so 2 days. I would be spending the next 2 days really cleansing your energy and trying to stay in a high vibration. I know that until the 6th, we're kind of dealing with a janky energy in general. But this 5 of Cups is someone experiencing setbacks, loss, and regret. Like those cups are spilled and whatever was in them is poured out. It says choose a creative solution to their problems, but I don't know if they can do that. You kept seeing 5, 5 everywhere. Wow. So that's definitely it. There's going to be something. These people are going to attempt something with magic on the 5, 5 portal, and it's already blocked. Yeah, it's going to be a very important day for business. And what they're trying to do is use the energy of 5 to make a change that would negatively impact the Christ consciousness and positively impact the devil or Antichrist, whatever you want to call. Page of Swords. Okay, so there's somebody that is under 30 who's unpredictable. This person's a quitter, but they're also a spy. You could be dealing with a younger energy and an older energy. You also could be experiencing, what I'm getting is that these people keep trying to block y'all's vision. They're trying to like stop you guys from seeing what they're about to do. But again, these people need to understand that when you're dealing with earth angels and star seeds and chosen ones, you cannot stop them from seeing what they're going to do. So again, these people are extremely envious and jealous. They're a little bit greedy. They want more power. On the table. Okay. They want more power, but they won't go within to access it. These people think that power comes from like, you know, incantations and stuff like that. And it really doesn't. Hopefully that was all that fell on the ground. Not real power anyways. Not real power that you could really use to accomplish something. Also, somebody is like getting ready to come in and act like a friend so that they can basically steal something. Yes. Yeah, you're right, Leah. We all have the power of, that's keep trying to cause you headaches. Yes. That's what I was getting to. So that what they're doing is they're attacking the back, the third eye chakra in the back of the head and the throat chakra. And there's also another chakra right at the bottom of the head. Okay. It's called the zeal point chakra. That's the one that's being clogged. Zeal point. And then we have another one that's like right back here. That one's called the Well of Dreams. Zeal point chakra and Well of Dreams. Okay, so what is the Well of Dreams? The dream chakra back here controls your dream state. So people are trying to get into your dreams and access your downloads so that they can have new information. I feel like somebody's trying to hack into your mind to pull out the information so that then they can complete the information or receive the download and get to the finish line before you. They don't realize that time is like not linear and it's more fluid, and that you're already existing at the timeline at the end of it. Like you've already completed whatever this download is. And so they don't realize that when you go into the 5th dimensional state, that no time exists. Yeah, you've been feeling that they keep trying to hack your dreams. That's exactly it. They are, because they bank on the fact that you're going to get your dreams. See, a lot of our spiritual gifts function from the throat chakra, and a lot of them function from the Well of Dreams, because that's how we get our access and our downloads to whatever comes through the dream realm. So I feel like for the first time in a long time, I feel like you guys are not being fully affected by this. We're strange. Oh, people were trying to tell you that you lost something. Yeah. Yeah, it's fake. It's literally them trying to create a scenario because if they know that they have to manipulate your guys' beliefs to get their magic to work, right? And no, if you don't believe in magic, you're most likely going to be susceptible to it. And I wish that wasn't true, but it actually is really true. Yeah. And it's because you won't be looking for it, and a lot of people that are in their south node, they have spells on them. And so that's why they're stuck in relationships that make them happy. They're in places they shouldn't be, all types of stuff. Yeah, the Four of Swords, this is the one that fell out on the ground. I just reshuffled, it came out. So this is definitely a personal battle is ending for you. These people really, like, this is a casket. This is somebody getting buried. So somebody could have tried to put you in a wax coffin or something. Yeah, this person is going to get buried, literally, like by karma. They're going to get buried by their own wrongdoings. Yeah, this person's alone with their thoughts right now. And they're like, how did this not work? How did this ritual not work? How does he still have his gifts? How do they still know what's coming? How can they still see? Like, it's like, bitch, did you really think that God was going to allow you to blind someone? I mean, with no reason, like no reason to do this to anybody. Yeah, they keep complaining. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's absolutely, like, this is the thing. Even though karma's a bitch, everything is absolutely fair. Like, yeah, it tells of their ending, public shame and dishonor. Like, literally, the first card is talking about how they're going to experience public shame and dishonor. And if there is a judge, I was picking up on a female judge. There may be a female judge that's going down. Because she knew about whatever this inheritance energy was, and then she tried to steal it or give it to somebody else. She's done this for a community of people. This judge has pushed people out of the community and gotten them to abandon their homes and basically had them stalked, harassed, gang stalked, all that stuff, so that she could take over their property. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. They want your gifts, and they're like, how does he still have them? How does she still have them? How are they still showing up every day? Like, these people have to understand that the only thing that they can really control 100% is their own reality. And even that, you can't be 100% because God's controlling part of it. The Fool, straight up foolish, man. These are the type of people that would just, like, literally walk off a cliff, like walk blindfolded or some shit. But yeah, these people are extremely foolish for doing this. This was a horrible idea. I don't know. You know what? What's wrong with these people is that they don't know their divine life purpose. They're bored innately. Innately, these people have no problem. They don't have anything to do. So this is why they're creating such mischief. King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody tried to deceive this King of Wands in the reverse, but this person's already controlling, overbearing, and quick to anger in interpersonal relationships. This person's straight up sadistic, cruel, prejudiced, what is it? Religious, prejudiced, racist, rigid, judgmental, and intolerant of other people's lifestyles and opinions. This person despises the collective for their gifts. Yeah, they don't have any gifts because God would not give gifts. God knows our hearts. God's not going to give gifts to people that will abuse them. You know what I mean? And the people that do abuse their gifts, or they use voodoo to create gifts, which is just being possessed by a spirit that has the gifts, which is not the way to go. You want to get from the Holy Spirit your gifts, not from some voodoo spirit or whatever. And I'm not trying to be judgmental to voodoo because I'm sure it can be used in a positive way. I've just never seen anybody have anything done for them with it that was positive. But yeah, all these white people that keep going to voodoo, they really need to stop. Like, if they don't have a connection to Africa through their lineage, like their bloodline living in Africa, they should really stay out of African spirituality because it's just always going to backfire on them. Yeah, but I was honestly thinking about how they blinded Samson. This is that same energy. This person is a spy. Okay. This page energy is a spy. They want to come in and they want to find out what your strength is so that then they can like cut, like, you know how the story of Samson and Delilah, they send Delilah, who's maybe a prostitute. I don't want to quote that, but she might be. Anyway, she's manipulated by the slaver people and is sent into Samson. Samson's like a big, thick black man, very, very like got the probably like, okay, if you guys know this show Reacher, probably as big as that guy, like 6'5". Like this Samson was extremely strong. He had like, yeah, he had like probably the strength of 5 men, literally. Samson wasn't black. That's crazy. And all of the depictions they've showed that he's black. Anyways, the movie that I watched, basically what they do is they send in Delilah. Delilah sleeps with Samson and gets to know Samson. She spends a lot of time with him and maybe like a week or something. And then she asks him one day when they're drinking, right? He's a tribe of Dan, Pale tribe. Wow. See, that's interesting. That would be a very interesting piece of the information because, you know, Samson was a slave. I don't know if I said that, but he was a slave. So these people feared Samson, obviously. So they send in Delilah. Delilah comes in and asks Samson how he gets his power. Samson says, well, my power comes from my hair, right? Which I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I think that's weird. But anyways, so when Samson's sleeping, Delilah betrays him and cuts all of his hair off. And then they blind Samson and they tie him to 2 pillars. This is what I remember from the story, the movie. They tie him to 2 pillars and then he pulls these columns down and it causes the roof to collapse. And then a lot of the slavers get unalived. So that's the story of Samson. And so what I'm getting is that this is a Delilah energy coming in, trying to find out what your strength is so that then they can blind you. Like that's literally what I'm picking up. And I think it's so strange how the Bible was a story from way back then, but it also applies to situations that happen now. Like that's crazy. But yeah. If you ever end up watching the Samson and Delilah video, it's pretty old, but it gives a good, you know, physical, I guess, visual rendition that you can look at. Yeah. Yeah. See, I definitely, when I look at Egyptian, I don't know if Samson was in Egypt. I don't know where he was a slave at. That would be a really good question to ask Google. You're right. Human history does repeat itself because we never learn. Well, I think it's like each generation, that's why the stories get passed down. He wasn't a slave, really? Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder how they blinded him then. Was he like a gladiator or something? I'll have to rewatch the movie sometime. But you guys should definitely Google the story of Samson and Delilah and see what Google says about it. Because yeah, see the movie, they really made it look like he was a black slave. Like they picked a black man and they had him play in the movie. So that's crazy. But of course, our rendition of slavery is African American because that's what was beat into our brains. I don't know if you guys had to watch the Roots movie in school because some of you guys are from different countries. But oh my gosh, I had never been more traumatized as a child than watching that movie. Like I was only allowed to watch Disney movies like growing up. Just very Catholic family. And in school we watched that Roots movie and I was so traumatized. I was like, went home that day. I can't believe that white people did that. I was like crying. It was horrible. My mom's like, oh my gosh, well, yeah, it was really bad. I'm like, I can't believe it. You know, just being a child and never knowing that slavery existed. And then, You actually looked into where Roots came from. It was written by someone, wasn't a real story. Oh my gosh. They should not have played that to us in school. I'm not kidding. It was so freaking sad. Yeah, I was like, I just never could have imagined people being cruel like that. And then seeing it, it was just like, no way. Wow. That's not cool. That's not even, yeah, same Disney propaganda too. Absolutely. And taped Broadway musicals, now that's not bad. I saw Annie Get Your Gun with Reba McEntire. Chef's kiss. Amazing. She did so good. I also saw Wicked, but I couldn't remember who the person was because they were painted green. So y'all have a couple out here. So there is a Queen of Wands in the reverse. This person is a spellcaster. They're the person that came up with this bright idea. I mean, this is literally Delilah-like energy. And I'm going to read, if you guys know about Delilah, I'm going to read this description. You're going to understand. So, because Delilah got paid a lot of money to do this to Samson, right? And so she basically, well, she sleeps with Samson. So classically attractive but aloof, plays games with men's feelings. This person will be unfaithful, naturally thin and attractive without effort, self-absorbed and selfish, not interested in career advancement, aka why she took the bribe, works because she has to, is controlling, vindictive, and manipulative. Yeah, for sure. That's so funny that they do that to children. Like, I can't believe that they literally told us that this story was based off a true story. What a-holes. I mean, literally traumatized the crap out of us. I didn't even want to play that day. Nothing. I was just like sad. Two of Wands indicates personal growth, power, and courage. Okay, so this is about your vision. The Two of Wands, see how that guy's holding the globe in his hand and is looking out? He's like contemplating on life and then looking into the future. So you are able to, I don't mean to laugh at these people, but you're able to see these people like in the spirit. You guys see these people. And you're like, I can see you. And these people think that they're cloaked. That is insane. So this talks about with your new creative ideas and project to commit all of your energy to that. Again, these people are banking on the fact that you're going to commit all of your energy to creating something. You really read the book about Roots, never finished it. Too traumatizing. I totally agree. I totally agree. It was too traumatizing. I mean, I just seen a few weeks ago a clip with these actors that I actually seen before in something else. So I clicked on it and it was about racism. And I sat there and cried. And I was like, why is my phone bringing this stuff up to me? Like, I don't want to see this. It's just really sad. But yeah, so this talks about your creative ideas being needed for success in something. So this just shows me that these people don't have vision and they are looking for your creative ideas, aka your dreams, because that's part of what dreams are. And dreams are also downloads. And so they're looking for this creative energy because these people don't hold it. As creative as they've gotten with this witchcraft, you would think that they would have created something that would have worked because you're still seeing right through them. Like, you're still seeing right through them. That's funny to me. So yeah, I won't promote lying, but I will say that I have to mislead people sometimes. Like, I just know some people, if I were to tell them about anything in my life, they would go pray against it. So you may have to mislead people just so you can keep your privacy. And I don't feel like that is a horrible thing to do, but it's like you will know who you need to lie to about yourself, because there's some people that just don't want to hear that you guys are doing good. And that's meh. Like, I always want to hear that you guys are doing good. That makes me feel awesome. Like, literally. So I feel like these people have been trying to transmute your energy in a negative way. They're definitely pulling on your energy. So when you feel this pull, I'm going to need you to go, okay, I know what's happening. These people are pulling on my energy again. And then, yeah, releasing. Yeah, you know what? It's a hit and a miss with the Mormons. I've met some that are the best people ever, and I've also met some that are the worst people ever. So I think it just goes to show that in every religion, there's a sliver of truth, And in every group of people, there's going to be people that are good and there's going to be people that are bad. Like, that's just the way that it is, you know? Yeah, I think that it's very weird. Yeah, they're very persuasive for sure. I think it's very weird too. And not all of them, like, again, a lot of them are innocent to what's going on in the background. And so that's why we don't just judge people, because we don't, first of all, people may not be the way that they look. And secondly, like, we just don't judge them because we don't know what's going, you know. They tried to get you into the church, sold into the church. Yeah, for sure. That's what they don't have. They don't honor to talk shit about them. I'm just stating the truth. Like, they don't honor what their individual mission is. They believe that going on a mission is selling the Book of Mormon door to door and getting more people to subscribe to the religion, because then they pay 10% of their income. And that's like 10% of your income. That's freaking a lot. Like, in my mind, they pay that to the church every month, you know? So it's like having an expensive ass subscription, like real expensive. But apparently, if anything goes wrong in your life, they'll help you with housing and food. But still, like 10%, especially if you've got like 3 kids, like 10% of your income would be like fucking a lot, you know? It would be a lot to me, I think. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Samson also took the Nazarene vow. Ooh, I got chills right there. Wow. See, I did do a reading for the person that was Delilah, but I don't think I ever read the person that was Samson. Yeah, pedos. Yes. Or pedos, however you want to say that. But yes, you're definitely correct about that. I was like, not going to mention that, but now that you're mentioning it, yes, I agree that there's definitely some type of cult ring going on with that organization. But, you know, allegedly, until proven true, or no, it is proven true, because they're getting sued right now for billions of dollars for this pedo shit you're talking about. I totally forgot that a couple of months ago the church was getting sued big time and having to pay punitive damages, you know, for people that they abused, which is probably just right, you know. I did look up the Nazarite vow. Yeah. I definitely feel like, you know, that Jesus took that vow. I felt like John the Baptist took that vow. I felt like a lot of people that were mentioned in the Bible, like, I also felt like Paul the Apostle maybe took that vow. 3 of Pentacles. Because Paul the Apostle was called Saul. Yeah, all of them did. Yeah. And so he was unaliving Christians by crucifixion. Yeah, that's a word. Crucifixion. Paul didn't. So I wonder what happened to him, because he was struck blind for like, what was it, 3 days? Was it 3 days? And then he came back and he changed his name to Paul and he stopped unaliving Christians. Yeah. Anyway, Paul the Apostle, he wrote the part of the New Testament. But he also went blind. So, you know, his blindness, he came back and it was better. But with the way that they wanted to blind Samson is so that Samson wouldn't be able to fight back. Because again, Samson was very, Paul was, see, I had wondered if Paul was after the fact of the other disciples, because, you know, it just seems like he came along later or something. Or maybe he was after the fact of Jesus or something like that. So this 3 of Pentacles is coming your way, you guys. This is a good collaboration. It's very beautiful energy. And I feel like not only do you have a community of people that are ready to support you, but you do have a collaboration that will help you get your message or get your idea or get your spark of inspiration to others. I also feel like there is a community, a soul tribe that's being built around you. And, you know, this may be online. It may not be in person, but it may be online. But I'm also getting that you guys are going to be coming across people that have the same like-mindedness. So this is a beautiful thing, because you have vision. You still have your vision. Your vision's not going anywhere. If you were having headaches or blurred vision, it was this person. Well, these three people, basically. And it's crazy how these demons who possess the first people to cause the original things like in the Bible to happen, how they will come back and possess people again. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, on the 7th is when they elect the new pope. But in this one document, I forget what it's called. You guys will have to Google it. It's a document that predicted all of the popes. There was this man in the past, I forget who he was, but he predicted all of the popes. And they said that the one that just died was going to be the last pope. So we'll see. But that one opened the shit to Lucifer's cage and all 5 other portals. And the last time they had tried to open these doors, it actually unalived a pope. I didn't know that. So yeah, doesn't matter because who becomes pope. This is the thing. It really doesn't matter. And all of the rituals that the Vatican does are for aliens or shit like that. Like all of those rituals, when you go within and you access God within, you have your own keys. You can open your own doorways, right? Yeah, this guy will have a brief stay, if anything. I mean, I couldn't imagine them not electing another pope, but you know, I look at these popes and I don't even see humans. So I'm just like, whatever. Everything is a magical ritual with them. Yeah, that's because you guys are emperor energy. And again, you don't have, I wish they would change the card and it wasn't an old guy. You do not have to be old to be an emperor, right? So these people are a lesser, I mean, they're lesser because of their actions, their vibrations, and their deeds. I feel like these people they want basically, yeah, they want your guys' psychic sight. Yeah, absolutely. Of sinking the Titanic. Exactly. Just have visions of that. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are showing up as emperor energy. This says on the card right here, dreams will be realized. Assume control of the situation. You will be in a position of authority when it comes to over these people. You can call judgment on these people. You know, they don't have the authority to call judgment on you, so they have to do witchcraft and work with the devil to try to get you judged by somebody. But like I said, there was a judge I picked up on that's going to jail. This DEATH, this is an absolute ending for these people. They should not have done this. They shouldn't have played around in the graveyard and with the death magic. I'm serious. That was a bad idea. Like, if these people don't want to have a permanent ending in this casket right here, they should definitely not be trying to mess with a child of God. And God told me that his people, that people don't become fully an adult till they're 48 years old. Okay. That sounds crazy, right? Because we say that 18 is an adult, but still, God said that you don't actually mature until you're like 48 years old. So basically, he takes it very serious when people are trying to mess with his children. And again, if you're under 48, this definitely, well, it applies to you even if you are 48 or older, because God itself doesn't consider people to be matured to a state of being an adult and knowing everything spiritually about themselves so that they can be their own purpose until they're like 48. Yo, the emperor and the star. Wow. Wow. Well, you're definitely getting confirmation, you guys. This star energy is so powerful. This is about your dreams for the future. It will come true. It says that you will have contact with somebody who will dramatically change your life. Strong love between two people entering a period of serenity and satisfaction. Yay. Oh my gosh, share your good fortune. So you guys are going to know who to share your good fortune with, because when it comes in, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is something so divine. Like, my gifts are growing, they're expanding, my power is becoming so much stronger, and so much stronger to the point that you are able to see this energy. Yeah. Yeah. You definitely keep showing up as emperor energy, you guys, whether you're masculine or feminine or not. This just means that you're a boss. And people they can't do anything about that. They can't do anything about you guys already being a boss. Also, the fact that you guys see this death energy, this makes you guys psychocomps. Psychocomps can sense death before it happens. They can sense in places where a lot of people have died, they can sense that, and then they can sense death after it just happened, right? So you guys may see like, yeah, God makes enemies really stupid. It's true. You guys may see into death, and you guys may actually see people's timelines and when it runs out. These people are, for them trying to blind you, these people are completely blinded and unaware of what is coming their way. And it's this energy. Like these people focus on you so much and this star power and star quality that they don't realize what's coming in their own reality, which is ridiculous. Yeah, because you're getting worldwide, recognition. The star power is being brought to the world. These people are very sad about that. And when I say they're sad. Like these people are crying about it, weeping. What type of weirdo sits around crying because somebody else has spiritual gifts? Like, that's like saying like, I'm just going to cry because like Lil Wayne has a Lamborghini. What? This is what I'm saying. These people are not even invested in your life. To me, you're like a celebrity to them. That's the way that they feel in their hearts and their souls, that you are like a unicorn, like a celebrity, like something that's very special that needs to be preserved. And that's why they're taking the time to try to end your sight, to end basically you getting good news from Archangel Gabriel with the Two of Pentacles, you receiving information that tells you that you don't have to fight these people anymore. Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that, Ragnarok, because we don't want to be like, yeah, the enemy's going down. I mean, I feel that way in football, but like that's a game. But in real life, we don't want to be, cursing our enemies or anything like that. You have to understand that just because somebody's doing something weird and evil to you doesn't make it right, but it also doesn't give you the right to do anything evil back, because then that makes you the same vibration as them, and then their energy will stick to you, right? If you do the same actions, karmic stuff that these people do, but you guys don't. You guys know that. You guys know about the law of karma and the law of attraction, Yeah, and literally God is using you guys to bring more people to God. So these people are going to, in the future, have their own testimony of how you are chosen and that the Most High God really protects the chosen. These people are going to have a testimony of God, in the future. They're going to be like, yeah, I know that God is real because God protected the chosen and wiped us and our careers completely out. Knight of Pentacles energy. So there is somebody that is, this person takes whatever these people have done very seriously. This Knight of Pentacles is somebody that's on your side. They're financially successful and they're extremely focused. This person has traditional values, but I'm picking up more that they're like somebody that's going to help you deliver this good message that comes from God to the rest of the people. And they're going to maybe help you like, oh my gosh, somebody was around. Okay, one of you guys in the chat was somebody that invented the printing press. That's what I just had a vision of right now. But yeah, God's using you guys as bait so that these people, because these people have gotten away with doing this stuff, blinding people, blocking them, stopping them, all this crap for no reason, just because of they're upset, So somebody has, this person that comes into your life is the person that helped you create the printing press for one of you in the chat. And whoever this person is that ends up coming into your life, they may be a friend or they may be somebody that you end up finding has some type of, let's say that you have something that you need to get printed off. This person may have a booking company, or I don't know what they're called, but basically they may help you publish something, a publishing company. Yeah, it might be a past lifetime of yours. Yeah, I'm not for sure when the printing press, but can you believe like that before that, the only way that they could make books was by having, and of course, this is why the Catholic Church made the books in the past all Latin. They didn't want the general person to be able to have access to the holy book. So when, what was his name? The King of England that created the Bible, was his name King Henry? I forget which king he was. Anyways, when the King of England created the Bible in English, yeah, it is a pretty cool process. That's kind of maybe Arthur. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure how the timelines with Arthur line up. But when they brought this to the people in English, it basically changed the world. King James is King James. I found it. Thank you. Thank you, Ragnarok. Okay, King James. So when King James wrote the Bible, or he had somebody do it, whatever. Maybe he didn't do it himself. I'm not for sure. But he had it in English, right? Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely King Arthur. I was Lancelot. I had a dream about that place, and it was so weird. It was like the energy of Avalon. Whatever your traits are, that Avalon energy would amplify at times infinity. And so I was like a hero. So everywhere I would go, I'd have to rescue people. It was like crazy. Yeah, the printing machine, the commercialized the scribes, exactly. Because before they had to print everything hand by hand, and they would write everything in Latin. So when they came out with the Bible, that was the King James version, and gave it to the people, that's when the different denominations, most likely of Christianity, kind of began, because they all had an interpretation of the Bible, and then each and every group had their own interpretation of it. Right. So even though the Protestants started in England, and then I forget if it was King Henry or the one after them, the queen after him or some shit, but they came after the Protestants and pushed them out. So like all of the denominations of Christianity were basically pushed out of Europe. And so that's why, the Mormons landed here, and the Mormons went a lot of different places. I think that they've expanded quite a bit. This Hierophant energy is that judge that I'm picking up on. Like, I'm not kidding. This is the end of somebody's career. Whoever these people were to you, you may not even know this judge, but they definitely know about you, because they know that whatever they tried to keep away from you. And I was picking up on a judge that tries to get people thrown out of the community legally. They take bribes and stuff. This person tried to call judgment on you, and it backfired. Yeah. Our history class today, seriously. But yeah, it backfired big time on this Hierophant. I also feel like there was a narrative that was pushed out about you, and that this collaboration, this community was like, no, we already know the collective is not like that. Like, this could have literally been your neighbors talking, and maybe you don't even know your neighbors that well, but they still like you. Like, they don't want to persecute you like these people do. This justice that's coming in, you are receiving justice at this time. And also, this Knight of Pentacles is going to help you in some type of way. I saw somebody that is beads bracelets. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but you may end up making rosaries or something like that, blessed rosaries or something, and selling that online. Or this may be some type of bracelet that you create. Like, I have one. I forget what they're called though. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, it's got, see this little thing right here? I think they're called malas. Okay, so this, you go through each bead and you pray a prayer or a psalm for each bead, and it charges it, and then you wear it like jewelry. Yeah, you guys have actually lived, this life. Like, I literally get that you guys have been craftsmen and tradespeople before. on a major scale. Somebody was Lilith, you were a negotiator with Native Americans in one lifetime. You ended up marrying into one of their clans and just changing completely. And which is like, you know, I think it was after the time of Pocahontas. So yeah. And again, the Native Americans, when they were producing things, it was like skins, beads, sound. Yes, does sound like you for sure. Amala beads. Thank you. Thank you. So you could have been making sacred texts and sacred beads in the past. And then I'm also getting like furs and extravagant things. These people are in the 10 of Swords. They're experiencing betrayal on the level that is like, they couldn't even imagine that these people that came up against you are so confused, and they can't even imagine like the rest of the people that they know turning on them, like the people that already have. Wow. So it may be significant for you guys to even get Johannes Gutenberg. Hopefully I said that right. One of your past lives. Wow. William Wallace. Wow. So the 8 of Cups, these people are going to have to walk away. They're like literally going to have to walk away. That's crazy. You know what? I also know that I was William Wallace. So that could have been a lifetime when we were in one body. I'm not even kidding. I had dreams about that shit. And now since seeing Braveheart and how triggering that shit was for me, like that shit triggered me so hardcore that now anytime that I see disembowelment, I like lose my shit. No, I definitely was. I was definitely him. But like I said, it could have been both of our consciousness in one body. So. But this justice, this is coming from another realm. I know, I'm telling you that it could have been both of us in one body. This is what I'm saying. You have to understand that twin flames, when they have a lifetime together, it's two people in one body. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lilith. I pray that we all have a blessed future and blessed past, because the past leads to the future. We can follow our ancestral line and literally access our ancestors at this time. When this 5/5 portal happens, there's a new energy of justice that's going to be released on this earth. This could be new angels that are coming to you guys. Yeah, this Empress energy, divine feminine, divine masculine are coming back together and collaborating. So this is beautiful. And this doesn't have to be an in-person collaboration. This could be starting out like even overseas or online, but it will end up being at some point an in-person collaboration. And I'm also getting that this Wheel of Fortune is definitely tied into the divine feminine. This is tied into the divine feminine. Like when the Emperor, you guys, when this divine feminine integrates into your masculine, that's when you're going to enter into the kingdom of heaven and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, as females and males, basically, most of the time we live in that primal energy that we have, but we do have access to the other energy, right? Like, even though I may be in divine feminine energy most of the time, I still have access to my divine masculine energy. The more that we create balance within ourselves, the more that we enter into this blessed state of being. And I feel like that instead of looking at things as opposites, we can look at things as complementing and one another. Like this energy complements the emperor energy. So we could look at the darkness as being something that that basically, we can look at the darkness as being something that contributes to the light, right? It complements it. And so I don't know even what you're asking, Zachary. Of course, I have ads on here. Do you guys want me to just devote my entire life for free? That's fucking crazy. But no, this is not my regular job. But it is a job that I am doing to help people. Ace of Swords. Literally, this is the work being protected. This is the work being protected. I really feel like that right now, whatever you're working on is going to bring you good fortune, right? This is going to bring you good fortune. So continue to work. Continue to bring your opportunities to the forefront, because the more opportunities that you actually act on, like Spirit's going to give you guys downloads that are going to lead to you creating new projects. And these new projects are going to definitely fuel your future. I mean, what I'm seeing is you guys building generational wealth, new generational wealth. You know how there's money that's like old money and it's money that comes from the past. Then there's money that's like new money and it comes from now, basically. But it's in such a degree, you make such a big amount of it that it considers itself to be basically generational wealth. Does that make sense? So yes, there's old generational wealth and then there's new generational wealth. So you may not have come from a place of money, but this is like, this Ace of Swords shows me you guys breaking through all of these, limitations and barriers and stuff like that. Like all these ancient curses that had to do with this Wheel of Fortune, you most likely are going to be the first millionaire in your family, unless you have really rich family. And these people want that generational wealth, but they're not willing. Like, money only serves us while we're on the planet. Once we're gone, you realize we can't take the money with us, and there's no reason to use it in the future, right? So it's like, so generational wealth is something that you build up and you save a lot, right? And then you basically pass it on to your children, to your children's children, and so on and so forth. That's the type of energy that I'm getting from this project or from these ideas. So make sure that you guys are keeping your ideas to yourself and that you're working diligently, just every day, taking little steps towards completing whatever it is. If it's something that you have to write, trying to get into the groove of writing, or if it's something you make with your hands, you don't have to take more than like 45 minutes to just work on that, like exclusively. Because like I said, looking at the project, it could seem like, oh, this is going to be too much, like, let's say if you were to build a house, you could look at the house situation, go like, oh my God, that is way too much for me. That's just too much, for me to go through. And I have to design the house, then I have to pick out the stuff that goes in it. But if you take little baby steps each day towards that, like one day I'm going to draw the framing of the house. Okay. And then that's all you do. And then the next day I'm going to put the walls up in the house. And this is just like creating something. So don't look at these projects like, oh my gosh, this is going to be impossible for me to complete by my own. Yes, you guys are money magnets, knowing that as you take these little steps, and also you're going to be mass producing something. I see that some of you may end up wanting to make your own organite pieces. And organite is this stuff. It's basically a gel. It's like a resin kind of. And you take the different crystals and the things that go in organite, you place it in the mold, and then you pour this resin, right? And then it creates these pyramids. And then, gosh, it gets so hot in here in the afternoon. It creates different pyramids and pretty much any type of shape that you want. Okay. I also get that your formula of organite is going to be much stronger than other people's. So you could sell a piece of organite this big, maybe like a rune or something, and it would produce a large field, where these they produce what field they can do. Like it'll get this area, but will it get the room over from here? No. So you get, I pretty much put the orgonite around. Oh, that's so much better with the air. I put the orgonite around anything that's like electronic. And if you have citrine crystal, this is citrine crystal. This is like another crystal that doesn't pick up negative energy. And it's also for money and abundance, for manifesting abundance. Yeah, so that's another crystal that you guys can work on. So yeah, this is going to be a really good thing for you guys. This is going to be stability. And you're receiving justice at this time. Absolutely. The sun coming in. Okay, what you plant will grow. Remember how at the beginning of this, I was talking about how Ra was here? Ra is definitely still here. And this Ace of Swords protection from the universe, this is protection from the evil eye. This is also protection coming from Ra. Ra, Shishkamba. Literally. So some of you guys have connections to ancient Egypt. And again, you don't have to genetically be connected. When I look at past lives, I look at what your soul has done. I don't look at your physical ancestors as much, unless it's a genetic curse, then I'll look at that. But yeah, I always look at spiritual. And then, I definitely see here that Ra will straight up come out of his, whatever it is, his ship, and will personally send this energy to you that's going to protect you. Like, it's not only protecting from evil eye, but it's also protecting from whatever these people are doing. That's why their own energy is coming back on them. Truly, their own energy is coming back on them. And you're going to stay in the light. I also feel like you guys have been healing your inner child and have been opening up to new ways of thinking and new ways of being. And this is going to bring overall general happiness to you, because a lot of the things from the past, they're just not worth dwelling on anymore. And this inner child stuff, this is something that took a minute for you to heal. I feel like getting yourselves into the best alignment that you can be, feeling the best that you can, because these people are going to be working up under the moon. Just know that on the 5/5 portal, which is 2 days from now, that these people are going to be trying to use the energy of 5, which brings about great change. They're going to try to be using that energy to basically take from your inner child self. Because a lot of you guys got downloads when you were children. I believe that all children are extremely psychic. Oh, good. You have citrine. That's awesome. So yeah, extremely psychic. I mean, at least I was when I was a child, and still am. But you guys were too. You had that inner light with you always. Always. And this is why I'm saying that don't even worry about people poo-pooing your ideas, because you have Ra protecting this Wheel of Fortune. And it's just this, you guys, we know that it's just this energy that's doing this. It's literally this energy that's with people, man. It's really sad. It's really sad to see people that don't want to do better for themselves. And it's really sad to see people that just want to steal, like do what the demon's on, basically. RAPEKILLSTEL and DESTROY. All of the above of that. But the sad thing about this, and this is why nobody should trust the devil, is that that's what ends up happening to these people that mess with the devil. That's what happens to their life. It's not what happens to your life. Like, you may go through ups and downs, but you're not demonically possessed. You don't have an attachment like these people do. And so these people feel like you're their power source, and that kind of scares me, because if they're thinking that you're their power source and they're not willing to acknowledge that God exists within, they're not wanting to go within, and they're not wanting to work on themselves. I feel like the people that you guys come across, they want this fame and public recognition, but they're not willing to do anything to get it. Like, the only thing they're willing to do is steal somebody else's shit, right? Like, that's their version of of, well, just tell me what your strength is so I can figure out how to stop it. Like, what? Nobody's going to do that. Like, even if you knew what your strength was or how you got your power, and again, I don't necessarily believe that Samson's hair was his power, but I do believe that he believed that, right? I do believe that he believed it. And so that's probably because the power belief is just crazy. So yeah, your guys are going to get public recognition for this, alongside building generational wealth. And this fame that comes into your life, yeah, it's stealing is hard work for them, but for you guys coming up with ideas and stuff, easy schmeezy. Like that can be done multiple times a day. And these people think, oh, we got them for everything. You know, this magician in the reverse, we got them for everything they had. Nope. They probably tried to take one idea, but still without having the work behind it, they can't execute the idea. That's why the recognition is going to go to you. It's just silly as hell. And these people are literally like paving their own road to hell, and they don't see that. The funny thing is that they wanted to blind you, but these people are blind to the fact that they're walking right into hell themselves because of their actions and their choices. The Eight of Wands, going to the crossroads with this magic. So that's most likely what they're going to do. And I don't even think that the crossroad demons are listening to these people at this time. These people cannot touch you. They're literally not allowed to. And if they try to steal something from you, God is going to really, really bring out like the plagues of Egypt and stuff. I'm not even kidding. God's like, I've told these people through this Hierophant group. This Hierophant group also told these people to stop trying to duplicate off of you, copy your work, and feed off of you and steal from you, basically. Ace of Wands. This is your protection from the universe. Another form of it. It also talks about anything being possible, a good time to begin a new project. This is what these people are waiting for, is you to begin this new project. Personal power and intellect is at a high point. Tap into your creativity. High energy and enthusiasm, you guys. Good time to start a family. So if fertility is assured. Yo, when you see things that say this is assured, that means that, yeah, you've witnessed that. You thought you were going crazy, but you're not. You're not going crazy. You guys are very famous in the spiritual realm, and that it's only a matter of time before that translate into the physical realm. And then all of these celebrities that are not famous in the spiritual realm, they've done nothing to do right by God. They're going to be taken out of their spot. It's going to be a very weird transition, but it's going to be a 10 of cups for you guys. Happy family. This also shows me your creative goals being completed, you having a community and a society that supports you. And which is very important, I think, when you're wanting to bring your work to the public. Wow. Wow. That is wild. Building collapse. That's crazy. Wow. So yeah. Snakes this is the year of the snake. And I feel like with that energy, snakes are being uncloaked, basically. All of the people that are acting like snakes, because again, we just have to be very careful. Natural disasters of big proportions. Yeah, this is absolutely about your creative work. This is your project. This is about you being able to create something on your own without the help of other people. But I still felt that Knight of Pentacles coming in to help you, because you will need somebody. Like if this is a book, this was a couple years ago. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel like we're still going to experience some natural disasters, but hopefully they won't be as severe as the ones that were in the past. I mean, we can only hope and pray, right? But the earth is that, the thing is that every natural disaster has been caused by some type of magic. And it's just like the people don't get the message to stop, and then they end up going through a natural disaster. So it's like, it's sad because a lot of people, yeah, guarding your eggs. Yeah, a lot of people literally, they'll get signs from the universe to stop doing something, and they'll be so stuck in their pride and ego that they won't stop. And so you're dealing with people that have the mentality of Pharaoh. It's like, how many things have to be done, Pharaoh, before you release my people? You know what I mean? Like, does it have to get to the point where the rivers turn to blood and the frogs come out and all this nasty shit? Like, did it have to go that far? Or could you have just said yes the first time? And that's kind of the energy that follows these people. It's just foolishness. They're very foolish to do this. And they also feel like you're some type of idiot. I really don't feel like you guys are idiots. That's crazy. These people think that your kindness is a weakness and that you'll just allow them to walk on you, and that's not true. Yeah, these police in the reverse, I don't know what their issue is. Well, they're in the reverse. I guess that's what their issue is. But this is them trying to get success over you through underhanded means, ruthless in dealing with others. Make sure that if you guys are doing anything that's with writing, make sure you've got it copyrighted and you have all the legal schmiegel, whatever the stuff is, when you bring it out, because these people, yeah, definitely spiritually illiterate. That is for sure. These people, the moment that you bring something out, they're going to try to create a cheaper copy of it. And then they're going to try to say that you copied them, but you're going to have your copyright already. And then these people will be screwed. So this is what I'm saying is that, yeah, make sure that you have whatever legal, again, you guys may be in different countries, so I don't know what the legal statutes are for it. But when you have your work put out there, make sure that other people, that you and whoever helps you produce it are the only ones. Exactly, a Temu version of it, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what these people plan on doing. That's how they live their lives, is by stealing other people's work and then plagiarizing it as their own. So these police officers are up under judgment, heavy ass judgment. These people have been exploiting people in your guys' community for a long time. They win only by intimidation. This is like when the police were coming to my house every day, harassing the fuck out of me. It's that type of energy. Like, how many times these police officers were told intuitively and by the divine to just leave me alone. But I really believe that God wanted me to move because those people were trying to kill me. Not only the cops, they wanted to traffic me, but the people living around me wanted to kill me because I wouldn't join their church, literally. It wasn't just because I wouldn't join their church. It was also because I had spiritual abilities. But they were harassing me because I would have people that just called the cops all the time. And they would be like their ear to the floor. Oh, okay, now is the time to call the police. That's what they would do. Yeah, it was insane. Then the police came to my door and threatened me to my face, like just randomly. I wasn't even home. I was not even there. And so they showed up at my work and I wasn't there either. I just was out eating. And when I came back home, like, they were there and they basically threatened me that they were going to take me to court, sue me, and get me thrown out of the city and get me put in jail. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just fucking move. Bye. And I moved, and these losers are probably still trying to look for me. I wouldn't be surprised because they were supposed to get some type of money for selling my home and shit like that. And all these people did was get cursed by God. So yeah, they were definitely overreacting and they were just crooked, like upside down. They were crooked. They literally just, I know that they've done this shit to other people. And so it is what it is. I moved. I'm in a better place now, and I don't have to deal with them anymore, but they still have to deal with God. Yeah, they're definitely panicking. This Knight of Swords in the reverse denotes a man under 40, impulsive and opinionated, poor judgment. This person overspends. This is why they're always taking advantage of other people. They're always in a rush to start an argument. Like these cops were literally at my door telling me that I need to leave my property and shit like that. And they didn't have no warrant. They had nothing. They had nothing other than a neighbor called the police and said that there was noise coming from my building. But everybody else could have babies that scream day and night and shit like that. But any little sound, and they would call the cops on me. So again, it just showed me, because I was at that point thinking like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why does this keep happening? So when I moved and this shit stopped, I realized that, oh, obviously there's nothing wrong with me, because not this shit stopped completely. Yeah, so definitely, I feel like they were trying to just try me. I mean, they were just trying to try me. These people are in the Nine of Swords, though. They're in the Nine of Swords, and they're most likely going to jail. The Eight of Swords is prison to me. And this is somebody that's putting themselves there, because these people collaborated together, and that was a bad idea. I mean, they really thought that if I would always stay silent about the way that they abused me and caused me PTSD, I should literally have sued these cops, because, I had somebody that tried to take me to court and I didn't know who they were. Like, so if you guys are dealing with a situation like that, and I get that you could have in the past been dealing with somebody that was on this weird energy, just like trying to get you put away or locked up for whatever reason, you may want to look and see if you have an inheritance, or, that maybe make sure that nobody's taken out any loans, PPP loans, or any other type of loan in your name. Every once in a while, like every few years, it may benefit you guys. And I don't know if all countries have credit checks, but just to do a search on yourself, just to make sure that you don't have anybody that's like pretending to be you, or say, because these people wanted to say that I was not mentally healthy enough to whatever live in the space I was living in, whatever, some shit like that. Like, that's what they were trying to prove. And so that they could lock me away and steal my home and then sell it, right? And split the profits between whatever real estate company that was harassing the place that we were living in. And when I mean harassing, coming home 4 days out of the week with things on the door, we want to buy your house, da 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 da. Like, this country doesn't have a good reputation of treating people well, especially when it comes to when the government wants your land for some shit, or they want to put something else there, they want to buy your property. Yeah, there's just not a good track record of this government, like, doing the right thing. Like, what they used to do to people when they wanted to build the railroad through their portion of land, they would straight up like send hitmen and other people to harass and torture the people that they wanted to use their land to build big brother bully to build the railroad through. So America does not have a good history or a good past of treating people right, treating their own people right, or even if we even look at the justice system and how fucked up that is, it's just really wrong. It's so wrong. Like, the fact that you could go to court, be completely innocent, and be charged of something, that's absolutely insane to me. The justice system has always been crooked and not right. And I feel like there's going to, martial law in some parts may be enacted because of this, because they're up under judgment, which means that martial law will come in and be like, okay, I'm going to look at all of these police officers that on this day they went like somebody loves you and is looking into this shit. If you were ever harassed or people were trying to get you caught up or something, you've already been investigated and found out that you weren't doing anything, like nothing to be. And again, if these people were attacking you because of your religious or spiritual beliefs, like what I believe that they were doing, that's illegal. You can't attack somebody and try to push them out of a town because they won't join your bullshit religion, right? But it's more than that, you guys. It's the fact that you guys awaken other people, and that's what these people don't like. You make people unruly and rebellious because you make them question what's going on in their life and their reality when the government's told them to just shut the fuck up and accept that shit. These people intentionally wanted to put me out on the streets. They intentionally wanted to put you out on the streets. That was their intention. That's why they're up under judgment. And this is why God is coming down so hard on them, because their intention was to do some dirty shit to a child of God, which is crazy. Yeah. Now they're facing their own karma Like they would come, they would straight up antagonize and bully the shit out of me. And they were just waiting for me to like scream or cry or make any type of like gesture of anything so that they could arrest me. And I knew that that's what they were doing. I just looked them in their face and I was like, dude, you're wrong for doing this. You're in the wrong for doing this. For coming for me like this, y'all are in the wrong. They're like, we don't care. Like, what the fuck, bitch? You don't care that you're in the wrong? I'm sure that one of your supervisors will, or maybe a federal agent will. But yeah, these people are being looked into. They're definitely being investigated. I feel like you guys have been through so many trials and tribulations that you're just like, whatever comes next, I can deal with it. Yeah, these people are blocked. See how this person has a blindfold on? They wanted to blind you. Now they're blinded. Of course, they were always blinded to the truth, because if they could really see your door to value, they wouldn't have done this at all. This King of Swords, this is somebody that's in the justice system. I'm serious. They could be a judge, a lawyer, Fed, a CIA, whoever they are, they're sticking up for you. They're making sure that this obstruction of justice does not continue, or I should say a miscarriage of justice. And these police officers feel dumb as hell. They feel really stupid for listening to like their snitches and drug dealers that they get their information from. They feel really dumb for that. And they should feel really dumb for that. That's fucking stupid. If they're an officer of the law and they can't use their intuition or can't use their common fucking sense on shit, that they shouldn't have any power like that. At least the feds and the CIA, they have a bit more sense, common sense. This is all because, like I said, you're being seen as a Nine of Pentacles energy, that this is a vulnerable energy to other people. And so people see a woman that has money or a man that has money or somebody that even just has a house. And if you're not going to conform to the restraints of their society, then they want to push you out of it. That's always been something America's done. America's been a complete CUNT to the majority of its inhabitants. And so that's why, you could most likely sue these people for damages because of the amount of PTSD they caused. I mean, literally, I should not be here today. If any of the things from all of the people in my past would have ever worked out, I would not be here today. But they already tried to kill me and I came back. So it's still my time. Until God comes to collect me personally, and same thing with you. It's not your time to be unalived. Like I said, you guys are going to live very long lives, very healthy lives. You're going to be in the Nine of Cups with your wishes and desires granted. And you're going to be, self-sufficient. And that bothers these people, and it doesn't matter. God doesn't care if it bothers these people to know that. You guys also may be coming into contact with how I was saying how twins will be together in one consciousness, having one experience before they get splitted apart again. Okay, you may be coming back together with that twin, and as that comes together, you guys, when your energy comes together, it creates the oneness of God, which is very powerful. It's very inspirational. And so you guys meeting back up with the other parts of your divinity is something that these people wanted to block. They're afraid of that. These people are afraid of you and somebody else in one body. That's what they're afraid of. And so maybe you could have been talking to this person, or maybe this person is going to come into your life, or maybe these people just sense. I mean, these demonic ass police officers, like they like do the same way that the 30 of shekels of silver shit from Judas given to these cops to do some crooked shit. That's the same exact thing. I mean, that's like on repeat pretty much. You had a Judas that was in your life at one point. These people are in the Five of Pentacles. This was literally their whole intention for you, was to blind you so you couldn't see what they were doing, so that you wouldn't know what they were stealing. They wanted you to be casted out, homeless and broke, because then if you're here, who's going to notice that you're missing? If you're here, right? Well, there would be a lot of people. But if you're here, This is what these people think. Who would notice if I could easily traffic you if you're here, if you're in the Five of Pentacles. And if I can get you thrown out of your house and thrown onto the streets, then I can easily traffic you. That's what these people's intentions were. Don't be afraid, though. If any part of this reading scares you, it's that part's not for you. This is just to confirm things that you already know, that these people wanted to make you homeless. They wanted to have you casted out, and they wanted all aspects of your life to be up under judgment, because these people felt like you should be judged because you have gifts that they don't. Let's get down to the real truth of this, why these people did this. You have gifts that they don't. You have a light that they don't. You inspire people and these people don't. It's jealousy, it's envy, and it's greed. And again, this Five of Pentacles, it's going to be impossible for them, like, especially if you moved, it's going to be impossible. Only if these people knew where you lived could they come to you. But again, I feel like the people around you now are different than the people that were around you in the past, and they're not gonna do this type of shit. Whoever this person was to you, they're working with the cops, straight up. But they're also criminals. So it talks about disappointments and setbacks for these people. They're going to be exhausted from trying to accomplish something. It's impossible to achieve what they want. Yeah. Them being, these are types of people that think they have the authority to sell somebody else's soul, which is fucking stupid. You can't do that. You can't sell the soul of another human. Come on, yo. I mean, these people try to do that, but when it backfires, this is what it looks like. It says that they may have to settle with their second choice. These cops might want to put the snitches and drug dealers that they work with in jail and stop persecuting innocent women and men. Like, just in general, This is why you have Ra here, though, to blast the ass out of space. What did I say about the twin flame relationship? That they did not want you coming together with this person because these people fear the oneness of God. They fear two twin flames in one body. They fear that shit. They fear that shit so bad. And these people are not even consciously aware of why they fear this love union so much. That is funny. I think these people are so weak. Yeah. This just says that you may be on the defensive because of these people, but you will always win. No matter how long it takes, you're not going to regret your actions, even if they seem too aggressive at the time. Like, I straight up, when I found out that you could be taken to court by any random person anytime, and they could not even have any evidence on you, but still try to sue you, that's when I was like, I'm getting the fuck away. Excuse my language. I'm just getting as fast as I can. I am getting away from these people before they destroy my life like they've destroyed other people's lives. And trust me, these people, they destroy a lot of people's lives. A lot of people's lives. That's one reason that they're paving their own way to hell, literally. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. You guys see these people in the spirit. You knew that they were coming for you even before they started to do it, as they concocted this plan. But they straight up told me to my face, no, we're going to continue to harass you, and then we're going to take you to court, and then we're going to sue you, and then we're going to get you thrown out. And so by the time that this shit went down, and this is why God always saves. This is how I have this is my own testimony right here. I'm sharing with you guys. I literally was facing homelessness, being sex trafficked, and all of this other Five of Pentacles bullshit from these people that were attacking me every single day, and noise intimidating me and gang stalking me every single day, trying to record me through the walls every single day. Just fucking nonsense. This is my testimony. When I needed to move, God made a way for me. God came in and literally swooped me up in his arms and carried me away to a city, and everything worked out so I could just easily transition to a new space. And now I'm safe. But literally, God saved me from these people who would have done very horrible things to me had I not been rescued by the Most High. So that's how I know that God's real. I was writing my own Psalms and was fighting people that like to wash their sins on everybody else, Yeah, exactly. And especially, it's really bad when these traffickers are involved with you know, criminal, illegal stuff. It's really bad. Yeah, they wanted to sacrifice me. They literally wanted to treat me like I was Jesus in the literal sense of actually sacrificing me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm totally okay now. I mean, I have PTSD, but I deal with that and I just heal myself because I'm not going to let these people ruin my life. But yeah, they wanted to use you as a sacrifice. That's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. Absolutely not. This King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person's stubborn. They hurt other people's feelings without thinking. This person puts his own needs first, changes jobs frequently. This person cannot hold on to money. That's why they needed to sacrifice you. But again, rejected. You guys are protected. Rejection is God's protection. You know what I mean? And I had my when I was living in this other place, I had my heels dug in and I was just like, no, this is my home. You know, I can't go get another home. That's what they literally wanted me to do, was just, oh, fuck you, bitch, go find another home. You can't live here because if you try to stay here, we're going to harass you every day. We're going to try to put you in jail every day. We're going to traffic you, all sorts of shit like that. And now I just know better. And I do not like talk to neighbors. I will not talk to neighbors. Like, that's just, you know, my neighbors were out to literally murder me. So I won't talk to neighbors. And I'm fine with that. I don't need friendships. I don't need neighbors to live my life and be okay, you know? And so, yeah, I just keep everything to myself now. And I've been able to stay off their radar, you know? And of course, they're facing karma for what they did. These people are facing big karma. Yeah, these people should be diagnosed with some type of mental disorder, but they'll never go to the doctor. They're, you know, their narcissistic behavior is going to keep them from ever searching for help or even looking for like the answers. Yeah, could waltz into your life and is like, nope. Yeah, exactly. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate all of you guys that were here with me today. All right. Good. You purged your phone book also. Good, good, good. Okay. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. He was like, can I keep your key? Ew, no, 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 no. That is so scary. Oh my God, that's so scary. Okay, you guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a wonderful day.